My name's Corey, and I'm an alcoholic. And again, I'd like to thank everybody for their support. There's even people who are like, "Oh, so you're not going to post a video today, or what?" But I've been busy these last couple of days, and honestly, that's no excuse. It only takes a couple minutes out of my day to make a video. But the question that I had was, how do I deal with the temptation to use and mental fortitude? And I had to look up fortitude. That definition says something about courage and pain. And the way that I deal with the temptation to use, well, not anymore. I don't really have the temptation to use. But when I first got there, I didn't have any choice because I was locked up. I was either in treatment or in jail for the whole first year of my sobriety. And then after the sobriety, I was still on probation, so I had that little safety net. But when I did want to use, I'm glad that I was in a facility that was full of people who I could talk to about using or about wanting to drink. See, because like I said in the last video, having a thought is just having a thought. It doesn't become an issue until you plan on acting on that thought. That's when people relapse. So I have thoughts about using, I guess, but it's not like a temptation to use. It's more along the lines of, hey, you're falling off the program, go get yourself a meeting, go talk to somebody. And usually by the end of the meeting, or by the time I'm done talking to whoever it is I'm talking to, I don't want to use anymore. I know I don't want to use anymore anyways. Another thing that really kept me sober at first was talking to my mom. Because there was this one time, I don't know if she remembers it, but I do. I came back from a meeting, and I was like, "Mom, this place fucking sucks. It's like a cult. These people want me to drink coffee. They want me to fucking talk and tell myself. They want me to do all this stuff. I don't like it here, Mom. This is stupid." And I was like, "It's the same thing every day." And she said, "Well, kid, what were you doing when you were on the street?" I was like, "Well, drinking and using drugs." And then she was like, "Well, were you drinking and using drugs every day?" And I was like, "Well, yeah." And she was like, "So why can't you do the same thing every day to better yourself?" Something along those lines. And that really made me think. You know, having support made me think. Because if I went back to the streets, I know I would use almost instantly. Wouldn't take that long. There's a trap house right across the street. It's kind of crazy, right? A rehab is right across the street from a trap house, or a trap house is right across the street from a rehab. And so anyways, the mental fortitude part of it, I don't think I'm very courageous at all. I think I'm scared. I think I'm terrified to go back to the street because I know what kind of life it is. I know what it's like to wake up before everybody else wakes up and feel all alone. I know what it's like to have people look at you like you're the biggest piece of shit in the world. You know, there's a lot of nice people out there. A lot of people helped me out, and I think that's the karma that I had before I became homeless. Like the good things I would do for people, you know. I used to help people out a lot. And I wouldn't expect anything back, you know, which is awesome. But I think that I didn't expect anything back, so all that karma could come back to me through homelessness. So many people were willing to help me. And sometimes it felt like nobody was trying to help me, but it's because I was drunk or I was high. I wasn't really paying attention to what they were saying. I thought I was doing what I wanted to do. And then I finally got sober, and I realized that the life of sobriety isn't that bad. It took a long time. It took a long time for me to actually accept this thing called recovery and that I'd never be able to drink again. It took a long time. But once I got there, my life got easier. You know, I said it in the last video or the video before, I'm not hurting myself or anybody else anymore. I'm trying to be a satisfactory member of society, and I'm trying to help people. That's really what I like to do. I like to help people. You know, and sometimes, I don't think I've done it on a video yet, but sometimes I share the things, or I talk about the things that nobody else wants to talk about, but they're thinking they're just too scared to talk about it for fear of judgment. After I was homeless, why would I care if anybody judged me? Why would I care if anybody known I was going to AA meetings? At least I'm not known for being a drunken motherfucker in the middle of the street with his pants off, looking for his wallet and his bottle of vodka half naked. At least I can wake up and know where both of my shoes are. At least I have a place to go when it's cold outside or when it's hot outside, versus trying to find a corner store that they would let me stand in for a minute and then they eventually kick me out because it smelled like piss or something, you know? I don't have to do that anymore. I have a shower. I have people who don't want anything from me except for my friendship now, and that's amazing. So sobriety really has changed my life in a positive way, And if you I completely skipped over the mental fortitude thing, but honestly, if you have mental health, there is help out there for you. I guarantee it. I gave myself some of the worst depression. I have the worst anxiety, but I asked for help and I got it fixed. And that's why I preach about sobriety and mental health, man, because mental health is no joke. One of the leading causes, I don't know if this is a fact or not, but I'm going to base it off my own experience. One of the major factors that contribute to people's alcoholism or addiction is the fact that they have depression, anxiety, bipolar, and we're all self-medicating. That's what it is. So if we could just stop self-medicating and ask for help in the right places, man, we would change a lot of people's lives. It's like I said before, this is like a pyramid scheme. I share a message to one person. That person's a little bit more popular than me, so that person can go ahead and spread it to 3 people, and then those 3 people spread it out. So it's a gigantic pyramid scheme that actually helps people, and I'm very appreciative of that. But anyways, I got to go to work now, so I got to get off of here. But again, I do appreciate your all support. Stay strong and sober on. Bye-bye.